Welcome back to the lounge, people. I'm Balanced. So I was on Instagram a few weeks ago and I found this video of this lady, and she was speaking about how women are emotional, men are logical. And this video really hit home with me because I feel like these was a lot of the misunderstandings that me and some of my exes had in the past. It wasn't that I was being mean or that I didn't care. It was just, I think communication just, hit each other sometime and there's no moving past it. But she explained it like 10 times more elegant than I can explain it. So what I would like to do is play this video for you guys and see what you think. So I'm gonna let you listen to this real quick, and then after she's done, I'm gonna jump back in and give my assessment of how I feel about it and how kind of even listening to her gave me a little more points on how I would deal with these situations a little bit different and kind of be a little bit more sensitive.
This is very common for many couples where a woman, she'll want to be heard. She'll want to have a conversation simply to be understood, for her feelings to be validated, to know that you're on her side with whatever it is she's feeling. She just wants that connection. And a man is listening for the problem so that he can solve it. Mm-hmm. He just wants to give a solution so that to eliminate the problem. A lot of times a woman will feel like, well, because he's not really catering to my feelings in this moment, he's just trying to give me suggestions and recommendations, he must not really care about how I feel. I'm pretty sure that you all care, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't give a solution. You wouldn't say anything. You just look at us.
Yeah, I'll say, "Oh, word." That's crazy.
All right.
My first instinct is to come with the solution so you don't feel those negative emotions. I don't want to, nor am I going to sit there and just continuously listen to the problem. Not because I'm not sensitive or I'm not caring about your feelings. Quite the contrary. I care about your feelings enough to say I don't want you to continue feeling like that.
Right.
So the more you vent about a problem, the more you rerun that in your mind, the more you feel that same emotion. Mm-hmm. So if you go for an hour talking about a problem, that's an hour that you're frustrated. That's an hour that you're depressed, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So we want to cut that short. And we want to get directly into a solution, because when you even start to discuss the solution, you feel empowered in the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't realize is when we continuously just vent and talk about the problem, it almost makes us feel powerless over the situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming up with a solution in that moment gives you a bit of power in it. Yeah. You know, I can't speak for every man, but it's not that we don't care about what you're saying. Mm-hmm. We just want you to feel better. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to become your emotional dumpster, you know, and have to sit there and sit in the pocket and listen to these problems for hours and hours and hours.
This is very common for many.
So, you guys heard that, right? And for me, that has been one of the main issues that I've had through my relationships. So I am a problem solver just by nature. It's just what I do. If there's an issue, my brain goes to work. I start dissecting whatever needs to be done to rectify whatever the problem is and try to come up with a solution. Now, what I would get is that, you know, sometimes from the people that I was dealing with is that, you know, sometimes I just want you to listen. Sometimes I just want you to hear it out. So I think that one of the suggestions that I made is, hey, you know, if you don't want any solutions, you have to tell me that in the beginning so I can just sit there and just listen to you vent or whatever. But the one thing where I did kind of have an issue with even that is when the problem was about me. So when someone would come to me and vent whatever it is, they didn't want a response, they didn't want me to fix it, they just wanted to vent towards me. It felt like an attack. It felt like they wanted me to sit in a corner and just listen to them talk about me and say things about me, and I couldn't say nothing. So for me, that was an issue. I think now I have a better understanding of what they were trying to get across, but I mean, even when the shoe was on the other foot, they couldn't sit there and just listen to someone talk about them. I think it's a human nature thing. When someone says something about you that you believe is wrong, even though it may be right to them, you feel the need to try to correct whatever that situation is. But I think that the way they explained it was really, really good. This woman has a lot of great content, and I would suggest you guys go follow her if you really trying to work on some relationship issues. Her name is Saralina89. I'll probably put it in the description so you guys can run back and look at it. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but she has a lot of good couples advice and how we need to behave and treat each other, going back and forth between arguments and just disagreements and just everyday interaction. So with that being said, please leave how you feel in the comments about this. Do you think that understanding a person more and realizing the difference between men and women, will that help you in your relationship? Or, do you think that something was wrong about what she said or how she said it, or did you want to add something to it? Once again, I am Balanced. I am going to ask you people to please subscribe to my channel and help me get my numbers up. If you like the videos, have any suggestions, you can see the little words coming across the screen right now and give me suggestions or whatever. So I'm open to that, and thank you for attending this little portion of the lounge, and I'm gonna be back with some more of these videos because I do save a lot of content, and I think maybe not everybody gets to see most of the type of content that's necessary for us to become better people in our relationships.